The Prime Minister landing this afternoon, heading to Downing Street and a new parliamentary term. Rishi Sunak spent the last few days in Balmoral with the King. Now a less ruly audience of MPs await, and the latest crisis, crumbling concrete.
You don't know how many schools, you don't know how many courts, you don't know how many hospitals, and worst of all, you don't know which ones. I think you owe it to the public simply to sometimes say, we just don't know.
I don't think that's a fair characterisation, Trevor, of what's been happening.
Well, you can't tell me that you do know. You haven't told me what the number is.
I'm telling you that what the government has been doing is an exhaustive programme of contacting every school to try and identify where the risk is. It's very important to reassure parents that where there is an issue, as soon as we find out about it, we will act.
You're going to guarantee they'll get the extra money for that?
We will make sure that they can keep their children safe.
But behind the scenes in number 10, the mood is gloomy because of this. Dire polling still giving the Labour Party an 18-point lead. The opposition quickly jumping on the schools issue, reviving controversial attack ads.
Classrooms with steel props holding up the ceiling. I mean, I don't think there can be a more defining metaphor for the last 13 years of Conservative government than children sat in classrooms with steel props to stop the ceiling falling in on their heads.
More than 100 classrooms are closing over RAAC concrete fears. It is a small minority of schools, but this is the issue that could cut through.
Once people start talking at the school gate, it has a sense of moving into the wider society, and it was a problem then. I think if they're smart in number 10, they will realise that this is a very deep and serious problem for them. They need to start coming up with some information.
The in-tray goes on, from classrooms to climate. Bleak Bank of England forecast predicting a jump in inflation. And yesterday, 872 people crossed the Channel, a new record for the year.
This time last year, Rishi Sunak was about to lose the leadership contest to Liz Truss. A lot has happened since then, but he's still fighting a losing battle, fighting to achieve any of his top 5 pledges. This term feels all the more significant, all the more charged here, because both parties are getting on an election footing.
Around the corner too, a potentially bruising by-election after Nadine Dorries finally resigned, coinciding with party conferences and a likely depressing autumn statement. The Prime Minister may well be wishing he could stay away a little longer. Ali Fortescue, Sky News, Westminster.